very first time, it's your favorite cousin, Tierra D, who's got her favorite cousin, Kaylynn. And welcome to the Kindred Kinfolk podcast. Hey, cousin.
Hey, cousin. How has it been?
It's been, girl. It's week just getting started. And Mondays being Monday, the Mondayest Monday ever.
I feel you because I think my song of the day should have been "I Told the Storm" because baby, it's definitely it's definitely a Monday. Like I'm so fed up. Like
Yeah, Lord.
this too shall pass. So we'll see. We'll see what Tuesday brings. We'll see what tomorrow.
Always. That's always the case. All right, so our topic for today, you mentioned to me that you have some heavenly questions. We're not going to call them FAQs because they might not be frequent. Yeah, they
Like,
might not
let's
be
be real.
frequent.
Nobody's asking these questions.
I mean, you
But
never know,
I
but
mean,
we
these are I feel like we have a lot of conversations and I just think that like between our humor and we are very inquisitive, like we gonna ask questions
listen. The investigative journalism is
because
there.
we want to know.
Right.
Because we want to know. Okay, so
Basically,
my first question is, let me because I wrote it down, girl, because when
not
you
the paper.
just start flowing. Let's start with this one. And maybe it's not a question, but it's just probably a statement. I wonder if the bell sounds every time someone like makes it to heaven. Like if you got a Ring doorbell and it detects motion. So I wonder if
You say you
the
you wonder
bell
if
sounds
they got a charm every time
somebody
somebody
makes
enters the
it
gate.
to heaven because it detects, a new spirit. Or if someone makes it to hell, like in the Hunger Games when somebody dies, like the cannon shut out. I wonder if every time somebody made it to hell, like the cannons would go off. So
Okay. Well, think about that. Think about that for a second. So if a chime went off every time somebody made it to heaven, technically wouldn't it like just be one single tone? Like it would never go off, right? Like
no,
or
because everybody don't make it to heaven.
I mean,
Because
true, but like people do like die every day, so it's gonna be at least a chime a
true,
day,
and they say things happen in three. So what if three people died
like
today
all at the same time.
and none of them made it to heaven?
Oh well, then I guess the cannon is firing in hell. I don't know.
Baby, they blowing the mess out of that cannon.
Or maybe they just do all one, just one big cannon, and then like they
But
show they cannon
it
sky
could like I wonder if they got a big how Hunger Games they got the big screen of everybody that's in the game. And
Mm-hmm.
when you die, your picture pop up on the screen with an X over you.
Yes.
So I wonder if like
So you think that's what they doing down there in hell is
I mean because they gotta warm them pits up. Or do they come already or do
already
they already come hot?
already preheated?
Are they already preheated? Like do does he get a heads up like we expecting six new spirits this
Oh, not
week?
keeping tally, keeping inventory.
Like we need to make sure that we got six beds that's ready to go.
They don't need. I don't think they need beds, but I get
Almost
what
like
you
a shelter. Like, we got some people coming in. We need to make sure that we got six beds available.
mean. Got to turn some of these lights on, warm this room up real quick.
Baby, turn it on
I can't
high.
take it. I
Because we
can't.
can't make them think that hell is a walk in the park. You can't gradually get hotter. You got to start at the max.
Oh yeah, it's never ending. It's never ending. It's gonna be you just gonna be engulfed in flames for all
But
eternity.
if
It
you
never
are
fails.
burning up in hell, do you really even feel it though?
Yeah, I think that's the
Because if we're
point.
all spirits and we're no longer flesh and blood,
Mhm.
you just floating in flames.
Well, I think it's a different kind of hurt though. Like I don't think it's the type of hurt that you would think like when you like touch the stove type of thing. I don't think it's like that. I think it's more so
So not physical pain.
like we've all been in a situation where like we are like our heart has been broken or like our spirit has been touched, so it could be something like that but just on a magnitude type of level, seeing as how we don't have like our flesh to like register it to our brain that we are in pain. At least
Oh,
that's my best logical guess
I'm
possible.
I'm I'm with you when you're right, cousin. I'm with you when you're right.
Yeah, hey, I didn't say I was right. That was
I'm with you
a
when you.
good educated possible guess that that might be what happens. There's no evidence to support that and we'll never know, but I guess we'll know when our day comes and get all these questions answered when our day
Look,
comes.
I'm praying that a bell goes off for me because
Well, when you go up there, you can ring your own bell.
I'm a.
You can just show up with a bell. You want me to put a bell on you when you?
You know what? Because we did talk about like how I want to
Nah,
go.
we are not talking about your funeral request. We are not even going to get into that.
That's probably like a whole
That's
nother
a whole episode. We're not.
because I have it flushed out. I got my program ready and we just gonna put it on the projector because ain't nobody gonna be fighting over my program.
I can't.
It's not gonna happen.
Oh
I
my god.
need you to prepare my body because I'm not giving them folks $500 to wash me. Just I'm getting a new body anyway, so y'all could just leave me and the clothes that I passed in. And if I'm naked, baby, just let me be. Don't don't try to cover me up. Cause at that point it don't matter.
It don't.
It
No,
don't.
it's
So
not really gonna
y'all don't
matter.
need to wash me. Y'all don't need to put me in no clothes. Especially no new clothes, because if I ain't get to wear them when I was alive, I sure don't want to be in them when I'm dead.
You want me to
That
just
that
get
material
your regular
is
PJs and throw you
scratchy,
in that?
right?
Okay, well, I'm not doing that.
Baby, I
But
need
all
you to
right.
wash my stuff. I need my fabric sock. I need.
You need to tell your children that these are your wishes because,
See, I
yeah.
just feel like they ain't gonna act right. So I know I need to find somebody that, regardless if it's frivolous or not, they gon' and that's you, cousin. You gonna make sure that my wishes is
Okay, I
gonna
can
come out.
carry out your wishes. However, we're going to make a deal that I'm not propping your ass up in that damn
Now
casket.
wait a
You
minute.
laying down in the casket because that is one of your requests is to be propped up so you
I
can
want to see
see.
who coming
No,
in.
no, no. I'm not
I
doing that.
want to
I'm not
see.
propping
I
you up.
don't want nobody laying over me
No.
lying,
You not getting no cardboard cutout? No, we're not doing that.
baby.
No, I'm not doing
Stand
that.
stand me up so I can go
No. No. You know
standing
what?
on
You
business.
just gonna be at my bedside
I
all
need to
night, every
go
night, because
out
I'm not doing that.
standing
No.
on business. I need these hoes to know that even in death, I'm standing on their neck. Even in death, they ain't got shit. Look, I wish. I wish.
I'm
It's
not
gonna be
doing
like a wax museum. I want y'all to have like the little rope things around me so that it's like rip me out the plastic. I'm acting
that.
brand new.
No.
Yo, you
No.
know what?
No.
Matter of fact, just put me in a Barbie box, baby. Look,
Girl, hell nah. I'm not putting you in a Barbie box.
put me in
Absolutely
a
not.
box.
Absolutely not. Mm-mm. And this is not going to be no kind of testament whatsoever. Don't you get no will and put none of this in there. Well, you could put like the clothes and stuff if that's really what you want. And we'll have a nice dress laid out for you or something.
I
But
look, y'all gonna have me standing up.
I'm not.
I
But
want to be. I
the
want to
more you
see.
talk, the more you make these outlandish requests to keep on, and I'm not showing up. You better
I
stop.
want to see who gonna be comforting my significant other.
But you're not gonna be able to see that from your fleshly body. You're
Girl,
gonna
I'ma
see that from your
tear it up.
spirit.
I'ma
You
get active.
Like,
In the afterlife, baby, y'all gonna feel it.
we
Y'all
couldn't.
gonna know that I'm in the building.
I believe that. Lord have mercy. All right, so I got a question,
Okay.
a heavenly question. When God flooded the earth, we all know the story of Noah.
Mm-hmm.
When God flooded the earth, I mean, we learned that in Sunday school. When God flooded the earth, what happened to the fish? If Noah took two of every animal, what happened to the fish? Like during the flood, like was they just like getting smacked around in there? Did they have to go to? What happened to the fish? What happened to the marine
Oh,
life?
you mean on the boat? Like,
Well, yeah, but like think about it. If God flooded the earth, well,
mm-hmm.
fish can live in water, so like they would have still been alive outside the boat, right? Like for them,
For
it's
sure,
just
for
for them
sure.
it's just a bigger house. Like it's just more space. But
Unless it was that water that Jesus turned into wine, then it
okay, you know what?
ain't no fish swimming in there.
I
But
mean, yeah, this is true. So it's a part two to that question. So because it's kind of like along the same, of course,
okay.
coming from the same story, and that is it's related, of course, still related to the animals. So if if God felt the need, because we know the story of Noah, as far as God needed to basically cleanse the earth of all the wicked, evil ways and
But
all
why
the things.
he bring roaches? Like,
You know what? That's a question you got to ask the Lord upstairs when you get up there, because I couldn't tell you. But it's a couple of insects and bugs I sure wish would have. But I imagine they serve a purpose, maybe to keep us on our toes and keep our houses clean. Maybe maybe that's it.
I want to say I'm with you when you're right, but
To teach us sanitation rules. There you go. Just teach us sanitation. That's a way to teach
for sure,
sanitation.
I'm gonna just say for sure,
But we're
for
not
sure.
gonna get into my cleanliness rants today.
That's a whole nother
Yeah, we're
episode.
not gonna get into
That
my cleanliness rants, but we're gonna say God created roaches to keep your house clean, so that you'll learn how to keep your house clean. Because think about it, if you don't keep your house clean, them roaches is coming, baby. They on the way
you would think that if they already there, that they would prompt you to
to
clean,
start
but
cleaning. Yeah, it's a
most
sign.
people just have adopted them into their family,
You
and
know how God people be praying, Lord send me a sign. That be the sign sometimes. Like you see a roach on the wall. It's time to clean. It's time
maybe they
to
speak different languages. I don't know, but roaches in any language is a no for me. So like,
maybe so.
I,
But back to the
look,
question. So I want to know. Well, of course, with the story of Noah, God cleansed the earth from all the evil and wicked ways. Basically, did a whole reset on the earth. But of course, he told Noah to take two of every living, creature.
mm-hmm.
So, and he wanted to do away with all of mankind, as well as all of the animals and existing beings that were on the earth. Now, what I want to know, what did the animals do that was so bad that they had to go to?
You know what?
Like, what was the lions, tigers, and bears doing where they had to get that payal also? Like, I get humans,
You know
because
what?
hell, we still fucked up.
Being a parent, when you fed up, everybody in trouble.
Is that it?
So I get it. I get it.
Is that
We
it?
got fed
Just the
up.
animals got it by proxy?
Probably one animal got in trouble, and that was the last. That was the straw that broke the camel's back.
For doing
And
what?
God said, "You know what? Everybody getting away. Everybody got to go. Because if
I
y'all don't
can't.
tell me who left this mess over here in these pastures, then all y'all got to go." And
Cannot.
everybody started standing around looking stupid, like they don't know who left the mess.
Uh,
Typical, typical childlike behavior.
like a
So,
dog shitted somewhere that it was supposed to, like in the
so
garden.
God said, "You know what? He look and say, y'all all
Because
gotta
I
go.
told y'all.
I warned y'all. I gave y'all a chance to come clean.
Uh,
It's
oh,
over for y'all.
Done. Done. Animals, rap. Birds, out of here. Just what could the
Baby,
birds
look.
possibly have done? What were the lions and tigers and bears? What was y'all doing?
Everybody just got in trouble. It was just a blanket. It was a blanket punishment. Because
I,
growing up, if our younger siblings did something, we got in trouble too. Because we should have known better.
I mean, yeah,
But
that's true. Yeah.
that ain't her choices. Ain't got nothing to do with me. Because I'm over here minding mine. So I
Yeah,
know there was probably
but
a lot of pissed animals. Like, I'm
you know
asleep
what?
and I gotta
I
go.
do
Like,
I do think that back in that time, I have a feeling the animals probably did talk. Or at least, well, I don't know if they spoke English, but I'm pretty sure like whatever sounds they were making, it made sense to God because He created them, right? A little snake hissing, God understand that. I mean, come on, He created
for
it,
sure,
so
for
maybe
sure.
they was, doing some stuff and that we don't really know about or was unable to comprehend at the time. I mean, think about it. Like you could teach a monkey or something to do sign language. Dogs can understand and be domesticated to understand commands. So it's not
Yeah.
a totally foreign idea. I don't know. But I just want to know, like, dang, was it that bad out here that the God was like
I felt like he was just fed up,
he was just being a parent?
but being a parent and said, all y'all
Everybody,
gotta go.
everybody about to get a whooping,
Everybody about to get a whooping.
or better yet, go outside and get my switch.
But look,
Ooh, I ain't heard that in years.
the PTSD behind that statement. Oh,
Oh my god! You remember that big bush outside the Big Mama house?
girl, look.
How many times have we walked to that bush to go get a switch?
Contemplating life or death, like,
Listen,
having suicidal thoughts because you would rather end your life than pick your switch, and God forbid you pick the wrong one. Then you
girl.
got to get another whooping. Like, who?
Yeah. But then Graham started getting, real clever with that because she starts sending like us to go get switches for, our siblings and stuff. So I'd be like, oh my God,
Yeah.
I don't want to pick the switch because you're right. If I do pick one that's not worthy of this ass whooping she's trying to deliver, then that could possibly be my ass too. So,
So I got a question, and it's
mhm.
actually a two-part question. Are you the same age when you get to heaven that you were when you died, or since you get a new body, mind, etc., wouldn't you be considered a newborn?
You think it's a bunch of babies popping up in heaven?
I I mean, because you leave your worldly or earthly body behind, and you.
But
I'm just
okay,
asking, are you the same age? Because we do celebrate like first heavenly birthday. So does that mean that you won?
I mean, we do that down here, but I don't know if they're doing that up there. Well, I wouldn't know if they're doing that up there. But okay, so who taking care of you up in heaven? Like, are you growing up
So
in heaven too?
that goes into
um,
my question.
I don't, I don't
Part
know.
two
Like,
is, if you
okay.
are a newborn, and let's say for instance you had a couple of abortions, how are you taking care of your babies
I
if you
can't.
too are a baby?
Wait, but wait. So if that were the case, if you had an abortion, by the time you get up to heaven in your baby body, wouldn't your kids be grown? Depending on how much time.
True. So they
So
could
wouldn't it
be
be older than you?
they could be raising you, and God forbid that because you got rid of them. So they may just neglect you
Oh my god.
in heaven. But that's just when you ain't got nothing to do, you just be thinking about things. Like, which leads me to another question. This is
Mm-hmm.
probably one of my favorite questions.
Oh goodness.
Who decided that we should sing Holy, Holy, Holy for the rest of eternity once we get to heaven?
You said
Because
who decided?
who decided that is the heaven's national anthem.
It's got
Holy,
to be in the
holy,
book. It's got to be in the book. It's got
holy,
to.
holy, holy. It definitely is.
I haven't found it yet. I'm only in Jeremiah, and yeah.
Holy, holy, holy. Because I know there's at least 10 bangers that we can sing other than holy, holy, holy. We could even start with Amazing Grace. We can go to Open Your Heart, Yolanda Adams. We could go old school Kirk Franklin.
Remember
We
we
could
talked
do
about Kirk
some Mississippi Mass. There's at least 10 other bangers.
What if you
Or
could go to
are we
heaven with
all
your
just
own
reading out
banger
the
though, with your
are we
own little heavenly bot?
are we
What if
all just reading out the same old hymn book, or are we upgrading to new Christian music? I wonder if there's like a Spotify station and like kind of like elevator music and different songs just playing while you just walking around heaven. Cause that would be way better than having to sing holy, holy, holy. Cause there's no time construct in heaven, so you just singing holy, holy, holy until he creates a new earth. Cause in Revelation, he come back, rapture, we all go up to heaven, then he creates a new heaven and earth. So in the new heaven, do we get to pick a different song?
All right, now, Kaylynn, you've been acting up and cutting up, girl.
Look,
God, God is not pleased. Nah, he probably is. He's got a sense of humor too. Otherwise,
I've been just trying to do the Lord's work, and I feel like there be people that be trying to prevent me from doing such things. So, kind of to the conversation that we had earlier,
mm-hmm.
when we said, the Lord said He will make thine enemies our footstool. I got some niggas He can step on because why are you being weird to me? Like, it's giving. Why are you being weird to me?
There's. I don't think there's anything in the Bible that says you get to pick.
I got a whole staircase at this point.
I
I don't
mean,
just got one footstool. I got a staircase. Just stack them on top of each other.
about a good 6 flights or something like that. Yeah, just yeah. All right, so back to your heavenly questions. I don't even remember who left off on who. I do have another question though.
Well, you go ahead.
Okay. So Proverbs 22:7 talks about the rich are over the poor. The lender is wait, am I saying that right? The lender is slave to the borrower. The borrower is slave to the lender. Right, I said it backwards. The borrower is slave to the lender. Okay, got it right.
That doesn't sound
Um,
demure. Is that?
we are not going there because you know how I feel about people doing the same crap just because they hear somebody else say
I
it.
know.
We are not going there. Oh my god, with the parrot effect. I call it a parrot effect
Oh, of
because
course.
oh my god, who had the meeting and said that's the word we need to overuse right now for the month of August? Who said that? Who said it
Because
and why?
what was the word before that? I feel like there was another one that was being over gaslighting.
Narcissistic,
Yeah,
toxic.
toxic.
It's so many of them out there. So much to the point that when you actually do use the word when it applies, it doesn't even seem to have the
It don't
same.
hit the way it's supposed
It
to.
don't hit the same. It really don't. It doesn't. But okay, so Proverbs 22:7, the borrower is slave to the lender. So my question regarding that particular verse is Is it acceptable for a church to take out a loan?
Jesus.
Yeah, that was a deep one. That wasn't a comical one. That was pretty. That was a little cutthroat. But I want to know: is it acceptable for? Well, we could take it even further. Is it acceptable for the church to take out a loan, have credit cards, have any form line of credit if
The borrower
the
is slave to the lender.
exactly? Because I mean, the church is supposed to
I feel
be.
like, hear me out, and I'm
Mm-hmm,
probably gonna be attacked in
mm-hmm.
the
Oh God!
comment section.
Not from episode one.
I feel like they should use that same faith that they be selling to us when we be up there telling them that our light's about to get cut off. They say, just pray about it.
Oh,
The
oh,
Lord will see you through.
oh. Okay, now
So why that same faith don't apply to what you need for the church?
it don't seem to have like a reciprocity effect. I get where you're going. I get where you're going with that. I
Because if
understand.
if you were unwilling to help me at the church that I go to,
Mm-hmm.
you provide me words of wisdom, all of these things. I'm
Mm-hmm.
paying my tithes, I'm paying my offering,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't want me to short you on the front end so that I could pay TXU Energy on the back end.
Mm-hmm.
So that same token, you are shortchanging the members of your church when they are in need,
Mm-hmm.
but you want to borrow money. If
Mm.
the Lord wants you to have it, don't they tell us just to pray for it and wait on it?
That's what they push. That is a lot of the message that is at least one of the many messages that are pushed in the church
So
today, and I should say
they
in the
they should
church.
just get to praying.
I'd imagine that they do, but that's the thing, though. It's Well, we all know that there are some false prophets out there who are not living according to at least what God intended,
About
and
70% of them. Yeah.
but the Lord is not pleased with these particular individuals, whomever they might be. It's just like the situation you and I was talking about the other day, um, with the storm that came through, the Houston area.
Mm-hmm.
And so that particular pastor, is, I'm not going to say begging, but requesting
He
for
begging.
their members,
Don't. He begging. He begging.
requesting for their members to, pay their tithes for a church that has been damaged by the storm. Now,
Well, let's
but it's
elaborate
like
because
okay, the audacity to do that though. Like how can you
but let's
possibly?
take it a step further though. It's not that because we may have people be like, "Oh, it's the church, it's a storm. You should, still pay it because it's a building. It's a building that you go praise and worship." But
Hmm.
to clear up the stipulations around this particular scenario,
Right.
this building is being condemned by the city. So it ain't
Hmm.
no praise and worship going on. It
Yeah.
ain't no
Right.
congregation. So, baby, I am gonna send my tithes somewhere else, or I'm gonna hold on to them because I feel like I should have. I've paid enough towards my house in heaven
Hmm.
to where I could go a little while without paying my tithes and offerings.
I mean, considering that there are a lot of people in that same area whose homes have been affected, and they have their own costs to consider at this current moment. I don't think the Lord would have a problem with you holding on to your tithes for at least a moment to take care of home.
Because God gave us the the gift of common sense. Although that flower does not grow in everyone's garden,
And don't and it don't.
I feel like He would be very understanding if you've been like, you know what, Jesus, like I know what you said, 10% is yours. But how about I put aside your 10%, or and get my house in order before I can, because aren't, like, what's the saying, sweep in front of your own house first?
Yeah. I just
Sweep in
don't
front of
think
your
that
own front door first, or whatever
I
them
don't
old
think
folks
that
be
God
saying.
is that. I wholeheartedly. Well, first off, God is definitely gonna check your own heart. Like he's. I don't think he's
Yeah,
gonna
because
be.
you don't want to give tithes and offering and resent it and
Well,
be like,
yeah, but also
God,
too, like you can't get your own house fixed or your
yeah,
lights are cut off, but yet you've been giving your last to the church. Well, first off, you shouldn't be giving your last. It's supposed to be 10% of whatever it is that you're earning. So if you ain't earning nothing,
you ain't
then
got
I
nothing to
mean,
give.
you know what I'm saying? Like we know at least basic multiplication. Anything times zero, baby, still equals
It's
zero.
the zero.
So but yeah, I mean, I definitely can I understand like that logic that you putting out there, but I just don't understand the logic of some pastors. Like, so what are you asking at the moment if you currently do not have a building to call basically like the church home, if you don't have a
Mm-hmm.
place for your flock to congregate and fellowship and worship and pray, then what are the tithes going to now if there's no building? Like are we what are we footing your mortgage? What are we doing? Will we paying your car note, paying for your damages in your personal home? See, that's not my business.
That conference
No.
call fee, because they doing church on the phone now.
Well, sweetie, Zoom is a subscription. That's not an excuse.
I mean,
Like
I'm with you when you're right,
Facebook
but
is free. Like that's not an excuse.
I'm
What
just
are my
trying to
tithes
figure,
going to? What, the insurance premium to get the church back on its feet? Like what's it going
baby.
to?
It ain't enough insurance that could dig. The city gonna shut that building down.
It is. But my point is where's the savings plan? Why aren't we preparing for war at a time of peace? Y'all should have been prepared for
Cause
something like
baby,
this.
we prepared spiritually, or
But the church is supposed to be the example, is it not? Like, when did we fall off so bad?
ooh, baby. That's
When
a
did we fall off so?
whole. That's a whole nother.
It is. We fell off
That's a
so
whole nother
bad. You're supposed to
because.
be the example, and it's like, damn,
But
really?
our grams always told us, do not follow man. Have your
Oh, girl, yeah.
own relationship with God. Because
Mm-hmm.
when you have your own relationship with God, you can be able to decipher that bullshit from what's true and right from the Bible. But if you
Yeah,
don't have your own relationship with God, if you don't study the word for yourself, you will just believe anything that these individuals and the
yeah,
pulpit will say.
and that
And
actually is in the
they will
Bible.
be leading you to hell.
Yeah,
They
that
will be.
actually is in the Bible. Not to just take the the word of man, and to get an understanding for yourself. But yeah, she's definitely, Grams be right when it comes to that word. So
Because I didn't
but
think.
I mean, also too, the way she taught us that though, like she taught us not to just blindly be listening to
Mm-mm.
nobody or following behind anybody that not just because they simply say so. Like we're gonna ask questions, we're gonna be
Yep.
inquisitive, we're gonna dig deep because we're not gonna be out here just listening to anybody. And for you and I specifically, what you're not gonna do is tell us what to do. So
Look, look, looky here.
you're not
Like,
gonna tell me what to do. Like
we,
not just willy nilly now.
because
Okay,
I
you
feel
gotta
like
make
we're
it
the
make
ones
sense.
in the family that will get active, like that will move some furniture in the most respectful, demure way.
Here you go.
But we grew up where we had to tolerate a lot of disrespect.
Mm-hmm.
And granted, they are our elders now. They were our elders then too. But
Mm-hmm.
now we of age.
You're
So
not at
my
my big
kids
age.
got to put up
Mm.
with it. But at the same time, we have one part of our family that ignores it, sweeps it up under the rug,
Hmm.
don't got no backbone. And I would like to use the word complicit
Yeah,
a-
they conform.
and
They do.
in the nigga behavior that goes
Hmm.
on. And then you have
The rebels.
us
The rebels.
who I don't care if you 40 or 89, you gonna get cussed out in the same manner that you
Yeah,
get disrespectful in. Like, cause
yeah.
we are at the age where we don't have to I don't have to tolerate that. I don't
Hmm.
have to keep coming around you. I don't have to do none of that.
Right.
And I'm not gonna do it. And I'm not
Right.
gonna stand by idly while you mistreat people, you lie, you manipulate. Jesus, you scam. Baby, we got some big time
We're
scammers.
not gonna get into that.
But then, cousin, they think that we're too good because we don't come around. Or we're confrontational because we always have something to say. But you
I mean,
started
well,
it though.
some of y'all we not gonna come around because I'm sorry, but I'm not trying to talk to the police on your behalf. That's as real as it can get right there. Some of y'all, not everybody.
Oh, baby, I'm gonna talk to the police.
I
I'm gonna
no,
tell
I'm
them
not.
about
Mm-mm. No.
every scam.
First of all, that's one
But we
quick
don't gotta talk to the
way.
police because they got enough evidence to put them in jail. It like we ain't
That's
what
that
we
first.
say
That's
is
not.
not gonna be the thing that locks them away forever. They already going to jail, baby.
That's not none of my concern. So, yeah. But if you are that kind of person where you like whether it's family, friends, colleague, whatever, if you're that kind of person that it's a possibility you could have the police knocking at my door, we not. Whatever
I
you thought
just
we had, it's done now. That's
look,
that's
I
where I
just
draw the
it's
line.
peace that surmounts any and all misunderstandings. Baby, look, that's what I desire. That's what I desire. Because if my kids bring chaos into my life, they got to go.
Not the kids.
They got to go.
Oh my god, that's
Look,
hilarious.
everybody can get it at this point. At my like
Um, honestly,
we
too.
late 30s, so we at almost at 40s where it's just like
Mm-hmm. Not at my
forget
big age.
everybody, forget every like
No, listen,
it just
no,
don't got we just don't I don't just don't got the kind of time and like
mm-mm.
we got a perfect example of life is very short. You never
Mm-hmm.
know. So I'm definitely not wasting time
No,
sugarcoating, holding back. You
I
gonna
mean
hear
for
what I gotta
what?
say.
Mm-hmm.
We say it. I say it with love. It just sounds harsh,
Oh
but
yeah, I can be nice, nasty. I could politely cuss you out now and be just ever so you.
so
I mean, girl, you know
professional.
what? We from the
I see
south, so we gonna put all the sugar and cream in it. Like we gonna,
we got that so bad from our grandma.
yeah,
Like,
we gonna bake that thing up real nice and give you some nice blueberry cupcakes, and then
cause the
push
things
you
that I
the
be
fuck
hearing
out.
grandma say, I be like, "Ooh, baby, that's
And top
not
it
nothing
off
at
with a
all."
and bless your heart. Now get on about your business.
But I be like, and she say it with her missionary voice.
Mm-hmm.
But you
Not
can't, you can't wrap that in the word. That's shade. That is nothing but
not
shade.
the same tone you do the benediction in.
Right. Not the same tone that you pray over people with. Cause I'm listening to the words and I'm like, ooh, now grandma.
I love grandma.
And she just be
Oh,
giggling, like, girl, you
yes,
knew.
yes. Lord, grandma be saying some stuff and it'll hit you right between the eyes. I'll be like, you know what, girl, when you be on it, Sugarfoot, you be on
I'm with her when she right. Look,
it.
cause them family group chats that be like, I had a dream about this, I had a dream about that. Who got beat up last night? I'm like, golly.
You know what? Speaking of, so just so I can act like grandma for a moment, I told Mike the other day that I woke up in the middle of the night, told him I had a bad dream, and he was like, "What was it about?" I was like, "I vaguely remember it, but I know I had a dream about a rat, a large rat." And I thought about grandma texting us about that dream she had a while ago when she and I both had a dream at the same time about rats.
Mm-hmm.
I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I see what you did there,
How
Lord.
long ago was that?
Oh, this was recent. This was like last week.
No, I'm saying how long ago was that?
Oh, that she and I both had
That
dreams.
both of y'all.
Ooh, I think that was like the beginning of the summer, maybe spring,
Cause I'm wondering, we never delved into
into
that.
like what that might have
What
might
that what
mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but I definitely had a dream just last week about a rat, and I was like,
You sure you ain't
oh,
watched Stuart Little no
girl,
time last week?
I don't have kids. I don't watch cartoons.
Okay.
I don't even know the cartoons now, child. I'm so far removed from cartoons. You could,
I don't these
well,
cartoons is like
I don't know nothing.
these
The
cartoons
most
got be having soft porn in them, so I can't get with it. Like
The most I've watched as far as like anything like that's a cartoon is I did see The Incredibles. And whenever I go to like to my nephew's house or something, then he's got like Elmo, Sesame Street or something like that on. But outside of that, like I'm not sitting in the house watching cartoons. Sometimes there is a show or a movie, not a show, but a movie that I might want to see. Like there's supposed to be like a new Shrek coming out, and a
mm-hmm.
new Donkey movie.
Mm-hmm.
And see, I watched Shrek, back in the day, so I'm watching
You
that. Like
did. You
I don't
did.
care. I'm going to the movies to see that. I'll carry my big ass out there and will. I'm going. But yeah, some movies I have no idea what it's even about whatsoever.
But I so back to your question. I wonder what would the church be getting a loan about? Like for. Not about.
The
What would
building. Like probably like a mortgage or something. Do they mortgage churches? Yeah, they
they
do.
do? Because it's a building.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like to pay for the property. So yeah, but that's just it though.
But like with like here's the problem that I have with most
Is
churches.
the church supposed to be the
When the
slave?
members is catching a ride, public transportation to the church house,
Mm-hmm.
and the pastor drives a Mercedes Benz.
I don't be understanding that. But the
Don't
church got a mortgage.
don't be meeting and greeting with your members. Don't even know your members really. Let's just say that. Don't even know your members. Don't know their everyday life, their first world problems, because you're so far removed from them.
We talking a large church or a small church? It don't matter. Well,
It
it do
at this
matter. It
point
do
it
matter.
don't matter
Yeah, but
because
I mean, but I
it
get what you mean.
happens at
It
both.
actually do matter because I wouldn't expect somebody who got like 10,000 members to know like every. That's too much.
I mean, yeah, but still.
But if you got 10 members, I'm gonna need you to know a little bit more about your people that's
But I
showing up.
wouldn't even say go in as far as like know them personally on a level,
Mm-hmm.
but if they are paying their money and showing up every Sunday
Mm-hmm.
at high level,
At
that's
least by
sister so and
name.
so. Like, right, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like,
At least by name. Yeah,
because
I
if they're
agree.
coming every Sunday, they're a servant of the Lord. They're serving in the capacity where there's usher board, hospitality, and the children's church. You mean to tell me you don't even know their name, baby?
Well, okay. So, in all fairness, now, if you have a small or like moderately sized congregation, then I would have to agree. However, and when I say moderate, we could be talking about, I don't know, maybe like a couple of hundred people. I mean, even if it's a couple of hundred people, that can be overwhelming depending on how old your pastor is.
True.
But now it's unrealistic for somebody who's got like a mega church to be able to like speak to and,
So do you make it
words with
the
everything.
job of the associate pastors to get to know the members?
That's what it's supposed to be. That's what you got your elders and your deacons and, deaconesses and all that and stuff. That's what they should be for in order to be able to reach more people and reach more souls and at least touch base with more people on an in-house level.
Right.
I mean, case in point, exactly what Moses was complaining about. Way too many people free, and I'm just one person, Lord. So God told him to
Yeah.
appoint, Aaron, and then, set up some sort of, basically same thing, but set something up so that you can continue to speak to me and, word to be passed that way. So, but that's just it though. When you are a pastor, a bishop, a reverend, whatever your title is, you got to first and foremost make sure that whoever it is that you have that's going to be like speaking on your behalf or being represented on your behalf or on the church, you got to make sure that they locked and loaded, honey, that they are solid people.
Facts.
Because sometimes, although the bishop or the pastor could have the best intentions,
Baby,
uh,
the
Deacon
grimy
Clark over here
the
is
grimy
is
messengers.
over here rolling dice in the back alley or something, or you got this 5 o'clock news channel and his pictures on the screen. So yeah, I do think it like you gotta at least be able to make sure that your team is locked and loaded.
Do you think that it should be a requirement for the people that work in the finance office to have good credit and know that?
Yeah, that should be a requirement. Like, what? You better not bring
Well,
your
you,
bankruptcy.
I
Whoa,
mean, but you know,
whoa, whoa,
there's
whoa!
a
Back
lot.
up.
There's too many
You better not bring.
cases.
I wish. If I had, I can't say I wish I had a church. Let me not say that because the Lord will give me one. But
Be careful what you
if
ask for.
no, I'm not wishing that. No, but if I had a church, I wish the fuck somebody would try to be in the finance department, and you better not bring your bankruptcy ass up and through
But you
here.
know it happens because all of the
Oh
cases
my
of
god.
misappropriation of funds in so many churches.
Yes, because they're not paying attention, or it's people just stuck in
People
there.
stealing the money here, a little
Yeah,
bit there,
absolute
a little
no,
bit there.
no. And see, I don't play that. I don't. I do not play that. I wish maybe I need to be in somebody's finance department now. Your girl can do basic math. I barely passed algebra. I got up out of there though. I did it in high school. I got up out of there with a C.
You gonna
That ought to
quickly
be enough.
find out that the pastor
Listen,
got 2, 3
I
families
will
that the church
use a
taking care of.
calculator for everything. But I tell you one thing, it's gonna be right to the penny. I'll make you a whole spreadsheet of what we got going on. But no, but I am that person though. And I want to ask you this too. I am that person that wherever my church home is, if I see something, I'ma say something.
Oh, for sure.
I am. Now I'm
That's
not gonna
why, and I
be
think that's why, because the Lord knows my heart, and He knows that I will get active behind some ignorant. I think that's
mm-hmm.
why He keeps me in home Baptist church, and I watch it online because I don't need to be sitting in nobody's pew because I
Oh
wouldn't be
no,
able
I've
to I
I've been
wouldn't
in
be
the
able to
pew.
focus if I see some weird funny stuff. And some preachers try to be funny,
They
acting,
do and do
and
and do.
coordinate their sermon around certain people that they don't care for because they told
Hmm.
them no. Baby, we not finna do that. That's not a
Or they
word from
make it
God.
personal, or their
Yes.
flesh shows up in the pulpit. Hold up now, I need
Yes.
you to
Yes.
hold
Yes.
on. I don't think that was the Lord that was speaking through you
That
just
was
now.
the
That was
Lord didn't have
all
nothing to do
you.
with this message.
That
That's
was
all
all.
you. That's all you.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's
Which goes back to, if you know the Lord for yourself, you can decipher
hmm
when flesh is showing up.
Yeah, that's true. That is true too.
Cause you be
It can
like,
be
Jesus wasn't acting like this in the Bible. Like, you a
yeah,
little bit
it can
ignorant up
be
there. Like, this ain't no story that I read in the Bible.
right. It can be a very I know that, of course going to church or attending, any church, well, I can't say any church service, but a Christian, church service, um it can be challenging for some people to show up to a church and not consider all the things that they are seeing and witnessing, and not, I guess, like, feel away, because you're supposed to go to church for the sake of you and your relationship with the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a little bit, I'm not gonna say contradictory. I don't know the word for it, so insert word there whenever I say it. Um, but it's a little whatever. When, if that's the case, then can I not do that at the house and build my relationship at home?
Baby, look,
Like,
with no distractions.
yeah. I
There's
mean, I
no
know that
middleman. Like you
two
get
or
it,
more are
it's not
supposed
gonna be
to.
no middleman. You getting the word straight.
Right, right. I know that two or more are supposed to, come together and agree. And I know you're supposed to assemble in the house of the Lord. I do wholeheartedly understand that. But I guess it kind of goes down to, back to that spirit of discernment of when I step foot into, just because it says church outside on the door,
Don't
when I
mean
step foot
yeah.
here, yeah, is this actually a church,
Yes.
or are y'all just in here bullshitting? Like, but
And
that's one of those things
I
that
find
takes
it be a bunch of
time.
bullshit. Like
Right. It's one of those things that definitely takes time. But yeah, I really don't know if a church should take out a loan. I mean, it's a lot of stuff that the church should or should not be doing. But that was just a question that I had, is it, would it be acceptable? Like, or would the Lord not be pleased
no,
that
they look, they need to use that same faith that they be passing out when people be asking for bill money or assistance. They need
Yeah.
to wait on the Lord. They don't need to borrow no money
Yeah,
because
it's
at
just
any given at any
mm,
given point they can decide to leave the church, and that's a debt that the church has incurred now,
right.
and it's not on the pastor, it's on the church.
Right. I used to go to this church, and I'm not gonna call them out. No, well, yeah, I'll let them live, because they could possibly be doing some good work for somebody else. But there was something that the pastor there used to say all the time, and it used to rub me the wrong way. Gosh, because I knew where it was coming from, and he used to say things like, "How can you hear without a preacher?" Uh, I thought the Lord could talk to anybody. You mean to tell
But
me
I do
if the
like
Lord got a
these
message for
but what these
me,
ears for that the Lord gave me, like
like,
what
but
they
you mean to
for?
tell me if the Lord got a message for me that He only gonna tell
You,
you? But you don't even know my problem. I mean, you don't have to, but I understand He can use you.
why
But
would
you think
and
He gonna
see
only use you? Like, He can use, like, the
the
cashier
Lord
at
is
Trader
the
Joe's.
Lord, and I believe he's the Lord works in mysterious ways, baby. But he don't gotta go way down the road and around the corner to deliver a message to me when he could just show up in the midst of my
Yeah.
storm and
But
speak to
also,
me.
I don't think that God is up there literally searching for somebody, searching for certain people who have a title in
Right,
order
facts.
to, yeah, get His message across. And that's kind of where I went with it. Every time it was said, was like, you think because you have this title that, to me it was giving, you're making this statement to keep people in the pews. Like, you're making people try to believe that in order for them
Baby,
to
the
hear
Lord
a word
probably ain't
from
talked to them
God,
in a decade.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, in order for people to hear a word from God, that they have to be near a preacher in order to hear it. And
But do you
although
feel like
for a lot of messages that may very well be true, but not
true?
100% of the time. No.
Do you
That's
feel like a preacher should step down if he's no longer hearing from God? If the
the
Lord is
question
no
is,
longer
follow-up question.
will he be man enough to admit that
No,
the Lord is
no.
no
I was
longer
just about to ask that.
speaking
The follow up
to
question is, who
him?
won't check him, boo? Who's checking him? Because I don't know. I think they'd be too prideful. Now, I can respect a preacher that would actually do that. I would have all the respect.
Oh,
So,
absolutely, 1,000%.
yeah, I would have all the respect. And crazy thing is, if there's a preacher out there that literally has done that or would be willing to do that, I probably wouldn't even want you to step down. Like, you know what, you honest, you listen. I
Maybe
can
you
respect that
trying.
all. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I can respect that. So go on up there, say what you got to say, and let me hear what your word is. Like, I would actually listen. But
Because we experience that as just regular normal Christians. Like, God
yeah,
sometimes does
like
not talk to us. We talk to him, but he don't always have an answer for us, or he don't always respond.
yeah.
It could be super delayed, which in our minds it's delayed, but for him it's right on time, and it's, we it
Hmm.
the answer that we wanted might not be what we needed in that time, but he knows all, sees all. But
Right. And I think some people do tend to forget that sometimes it's a no.
and
Just
no is a complete sentence. You tell
yeah,
me that all,
sometimes
like we
it's a
talk about that
no.
all the time. Like, no is
Right.
a complete
Sometimes that
sentence.
thing that you're praying for is a no because it's not for your good for some reason. And you might not know what the reason is until later, but sometimes it's a no. And that's okay. I know we don't like to hear no, but it's okay. But it's his will. You just have to
You just gonna get
get with
stronger.
it. Yeah, just have to get with it. Tighten up. If you can't handle his will, you better tighten up. Cause he's sure gonna have it regardless. It's gonna be there regardless how you feel about it. But yeah, interesting questions. And of course, as I continue to read on my Bible, I know I'll have a
Oh
plethora
yeah,
more.
we got to pick up. This is gonna be a segment that we gonna do,
You know we're gonna revisit, of course.
because we always. I just randomly I'll be like, Jesus, now y'all
Especially
want
when I
to
get
ask
to
this
the New
question.
Testament. But yeah, girl. Love it, love it, love it. Awesome. Well, this was fun. Did you have any other questions or did you ask all your questions?
No, I asked all mine.
Oh, okay, okay. Just making sure. Well, this was fun, cousin.
It
Good
definitely was.
conversation, as always. Well, thank you guys for listening to the Kindred Kinfolk podcast. Of course, your favorite cousins, Tierra D and Kaylynn. We will see you guys and talk to y'all next time.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.